This next story is nothing short of incredible. It includes a series of tiny coincidences that ultimately reunited long-lost brothers. It began last December when Ed Waits took a trip with his family to Lake Tahoe. While there, they were randomly interviewed by our partner station in Sacramento, KCRA3. Over 100 miles away, the story is so crazy. Randy Waits just happened to be watching that newscast. He saw the last name Waits and got curious. Several Facebook messages and phone calls later, the brothers met for the very first time, and we have them here today. So everybody, let's welcome brothers Ed and Randy. So Ed, I'm gonna start with you. So let's go back to the beginning. So how'd you end up on the news?
I ended up on the news. Actually, my family had, we booked a trip to Hawaii. We wanted to go to Hawaii, and we bought the tickets, and come to find out because of the COVID restrictions, everything was shut down. We can only enjoy 30% of it. So we decided, let's go to Lake Tahoe. Actually, Reno. We went to Reno.
Yeah.
So while in Reno, we rented a car. It was my son's birthday the day before. We decided to go up to Tahoe and play in the snow, and we pulled over on a random spot on the side of the road. As soon as we stepped out, maybe 30 seconds or so, my fantastic son decided to fire a snowball at the center of my back. So it was game on at that point.
I love your
snowball fight ensued. And next thing you know, someone said, excuse me. I turned around. It was a reporter from KCRA television with a microphone and a camera, and asked me my name and what were you doing up here? So that's how we ended up in Tahoe.
That's into the happenstance. It's crazy. So Randy, you happened to catch that specific broadcast at that time.
Yes, it's absolutely unbelievable. I was just flipping across the news, and which I never watched, by the way, and I see Edward. It says on the screen, Edward Waits, spelled exactly the same way as mine, and it says visiting from Anaheim. I grew up in Anaheim, so I couldn't believe it. So I paused the TV and called my daughter out, and she wants to be a detective, so she started looking into it, and I kid you not, within 30 minutes, she had the conclusion that him and I had the same birth father.
What in the
So my jaw hit the floor.
And you didn't know you had a brother? No, you didn't.
No.
You didn't know?
No, absolutely not.
That's kind of crazy too.
It is. Once when I was a child, my dad, maybe 10 years old, he had brought up, you know, Ed, I'm not sure, but I think you may have a brother. And it never went any further. Yes, it was.
And the conversation just ended?
It just ended. It was random.
I would have been like, so where are they?
My dad wore his heart on his sleeve, but when it came to that, there was areas where I didn't want to pry. We were really close, and I never inquired any further. But it planted that seed in my life, and it stayed there forever. And it actually created a bit of a void, and I always hoped and longed for a brother, knowing it could never happen.
Wow. Well, your wish is the universe's command. So how did you grow up? Like, how did you grow up?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because you didn't grow up with him, right?
No, we've never met, never even knew each other existed. So the story I get is my father was with my mother until I was about 4 months old, and then he left and went on and started another family.
Yeah.
So I grew up without a father. I've never met, and I've never even seen a picture of my father. And then, and then my mother was a motel maid that worked 2 jobs. So I grew up, you know, in pretty rough neighborhoods and things of that nature.
Yeah.
But, you know, as a young boy, I always hoped that, you know, my father would come, you know.
100%.
Yeah, you know, you got fantasies that he's going to pick you up in a Corvette and take you to a Dodger game. But,
yeah.
So anyway, it just happened, you know, when I was about 10 or 13, I just kind of put 10 or 12, I put that all behind me and said, you know, I just need to move forward with my life. So,
yeah. And a lot of people get in that position, like myself as well. You just move and you're like, well, I guess that's just not in the cards for me.
Yeah, you have to play the hand you're dealt, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, just you have to make the most of it. So this whole thing is just unbelievable to me.
Yeah, so how does it all make you feel? Because it's got to be the craziest thing to all of a sudden have a brother.
You know, I've searched and searched. There's absolutely not enough adjectives in the English language to describe what I feel.
Yeah.
The overflow of emotions, it's like initially from the interview, was an out-of-body experience. I always have trouble sleeping once I passed 50 years old. Now it's continual, for a good reason.
Yeah.
I wake up and almost want to pinch myself because I can't believe this actually happened to me.
Yeah, it's a crazy thing. So what have you learned about each other since uniting? Do y'all have like anything in common? Like,
we have almost everything in common. He shopped at the same market I shop at. We used to go to the same Italian place. We frequent the same lake in Santa Ana. Opening day every year, my dad and I would be there in line. He was in line too. So we had no idea.
Unbelievable, right?
Yeah, it actually is unbelievable. It's like you were there. That's so cool. Well, we want you to get to spend some time together. This is the coolest story, and it's special. So we're going to send y'all on a 4-day fishing trip to Waterfall Resort, Alaska. Alaska, the salmon capital of the world. This legendary all-inclusive fishing resort is renowned for its world-class fishing, delicious food, and expert fishing guides who will put you on big king, silver salmon, halibut, and more. I love fishing. I don't know if y'all love. I love fishing.
Yeah, come with us.
So, I'm telling you, me and my sister, don't invite us. We'll show up, sir. You will also be able to take home up to 50 pounds of wild-caught fish to stock your freezers, which is the best fish to eat.
Wow,
Wild-caught.
absolutely.
Airfare provided by Alaska Airlines, the most care in the air. I hope y'all have so much fun.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Kelly, so much.
And like you said, like, take advantage of every single moment. It's so special that you found each other. Imagine if you wouldn't have ever found each other.
Yeah, it's funny because I've spent every day of my life looking in the mirror wondering who I was until I met Edward, and he provided the pictures of our father, and it just, now I know who I am. It's fantastic.
And
That's so cool.
we're just so incredibly grateful that the attention that our story is bringing about. I mean, online, people have called us, friends of mine asked. So Randy had a great idea. He says if this ever turns into a movie, he wants Bruce Willis for him. And if George Clooney's not busy, he can be.
He can be here, yeah. I love the casting.